Yes. Effortless. Yes. Effortless. And we are live. Very happy morning to everyone. We will wait till 10 o'clock to start the session.
11.
We'll wait for 10 minutes till 11 o'clock to start the session. Until then, just wait. We are letting all the children in the next 2 minutes. Very excited to have all of you here with us and lots of exciting things coming up. Admin, I think we can let in everyone now. It's almost time.
Sure.
Good morning.
Admin, can you check that no one's able to unmute themselves? A very warm welcome, everyone. Just give us a very warm welcome, everyone. Give us 2 minutes and we will get started. Can we please request you to have your videos on so that we're sure you're not sleeping? minutes, I think we can get started, Arohi.
Yeah. Arohi, could you please unmute? Yeah. Yes.
Hi, happy and creative greetings to all of y'all. Welcome to the wonderful Right to Win session, our story writing session by Megha Bajaj. We want to thank Akshhar Publications, Rotary, and Megha for organizing such a fantastic story writing competition for all of us. And I also want to thank all the wonderful schools like Jamnabai, Chhatrabhuj, Cathedral, NSN. Thank you so much for encouraging your students to participate. Honestly, it's a huge pleasure for me to be addressing such enthusiastic, talented, and budding authors like you all. I'm Arohi. I'm from Team Wow, and I'm hoping you all will learn lots and pots from our session today. We want you all to sit back, relax, enjoy, and let your imagination wild, because that is the only rule you need to conjure up an awesome story. I'd like to invite Natasha Shah, the president of Rotary. She would like to address all of you all and thank you all for being here. Is Natasha here?
No.
I think that's Namrata. We can just.
Sorry, Namrata Shah. Sorry. No, she's not.
Okay.
Is she here?
Yes, hi.
Sorry, Namrata,
No
my bad.
worries. Hi, everybody. This is Namrata Shah, President of Rotary Club of Mumbai Coastline. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Megha Bajaj and her team from Wonder of Words. You guys have done something really amazing by picking up this project and kind of, the impact that it's going to have on so many rural girls. I think it's almost close to 1,000 rural girls. That's going to, it's going to change their lives because they don't have access to certain basic amenities, right? It's going to be a game changer for them. So to all you kids out there, who are aspiring to write and, unleash your creativity, when you write something great, like what you're going to be doing over the next couple of months, it's not only for you, but it's also going to set an inspiration for other children to do so, right? And that's the quality that I believe successful people or children will have. Like, you're leading by example. So all the best. I wish you all the very best and good luck. And most importantly, enjoy the process. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Namrata, for your wonderful, motivating, and inspiring words. Thank you so much for all the support as well. So let me tell you a little bit more about Megha. She's going to be coaching and guiding you all today to write some fabulous winning stories. So interestingly, when Megha was your age and in school, she was actually nicknamed the crazy genius. Her English teacher told her that you're never going to learn English. Lo behold, today at such a young age, she's already authored so many books. Her very first book was authored at the age of 23. I hope that is extremely inspiring for all of y'all, because it tells us that there is age no bar when it comes to being able to write a book. Her current book, The Breakthrough, has broken so many records, and it has now placed her amongst the 50 most influential authors of 2021. Megha has this excellent creative online course called Wings on Words, and she has coached almost 1,000 people globally through that course. She is also the founder of Wow 3Ls, which is a language, life skills, and a leadership skills curriculum which so many schools and students are currently following. She's an ardent seeker of spirituality, which you can see in every aspect of her life. Do you know she's also a film script writer, and she's going to come up with something really exciting very soon? All of us are waiting for it. And she's also been invited as a speaker to so many eminent schools. So thank you so much, Megha. And we're really looking forward to this fabulous session. I shall now hand it over to you.
Thank you so much, Arohi, for that beautiful, beautiful morning and bringing it on. I have to thank Rohan and Chirag from Akshhar Publications. This entire thing is their brainchild, their baby. And I'm so happy that they trusted us enough to join us and, to get us on board. And they roped me in saying, how long are you only going to be an author? It's time for you to create authors. So that's the only reason I'm here today with all of you, that I don't want to just be an author. I think I want to create authors. And I can see all your faces. Udita, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling, Suhana, Mehek, Kia, warrior? You're a warrior, Udita. Wonderful. Mati, how are you feeling? Snekita, how are you feeling? Maybe you can just show me through some expressions, something, so that I know how all of you are feeling. And Ratriya, what time is it in San Francisco right now? You can just show us with your fingers. Or maybe you can chat. 10 p.m. in the night. Wow. Thank you for joining us all the way from San Francisco. So guys, today we're going to have a lot of fun, okay? This is not going to be Mishka. Mishka Soni, you can be rest assured it's not going to be one of those, when will this class get over, teacher? Okay, it's going to be super fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to create stories together. Chirag, you can give me a big smile. Otherwise, we will spotlight you and make you dance. Chirag has a problem of not smiling enough. Come on, Chirag, give us a big smile. Okay, now I'm okay with it. Great. So today we'll begin with this whole once upon a time story writing competition. Tell me one thing. All of you know yourselves with various names, right? Ritik, you know yourself as Ritik? Yes. Vani, you know yourself as Vani? Yes. Are all of you daughters? You all are daughters or sons? Yes. Jia, you're a daughter or a child to your parent? Yes. How many of you are students over here? Put up your hands. Student? Yes. Human being? Human being or dogs? Human beings. Okay. Cool. How many of you want to raise your hands the moment I say who is an author? Who is an author over here? Who's an author? Who feels like they are an author? Dakshatsri, Jadon, Ananya, lovely, lovely, Meena, lovely, lovely, lovely. And that's what this competition is going to do to all of you. From young students, you all are going to blossom into authors, because you all know, right? All the winning entries are going to be published in a book. So you will not only be reading books, when anyone comes to your house, you're going to tell them, hey, I'm an author. I write. Ratriya, how would that feel? How's that going to feel for you? You'll be excited to do that? Awesome. Good, good, good. Great. So now let me get into the session and tell you a little more about how is it that you can write that winning story. And guys, let's say a big hi to all our YouTube friends. I believe many students have joined us from YouTube. Can you all give them a big wave? Just give them a wave from different countries, cities. Let's just say a big hi to them. Hi, hi, hi. If Chirag doesn't wave, he will be made to dance. Come on. One big wave. Great, great, great. All of you are going to meet Chirag uncle and we're going to have some fun with him at the end, okay? So let us go ahead and tell you what is it that I'm looking for. When we say I want a winning story, and in so many hundreds and thousands of entries, how are you going to write that perfect winning story for me? Admin, can we please have the slide and let them know what it is? So firstly, you all know clearly that we are only looking at short stories. I'm sure all of you here are very creative, have some of you written books as well. But what we are looking for is a short story. What is a short story, guys? One, it's a work of prose. Okay, so it's not poetry, it's prose. Second, it's shorter than a novel. So it's not like that complete book that you all hold in your hands. Okay, I'm going to take a moment and ask all of you to type in chat one of your favorite books. Quickly, let me read which is your favorite book so that I know what kind of kids we have over here. Quickly type it in chat. Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, the 1,000-year-old boy, the lightning thief, Harry Potter seeming to win. Okay. Wow. So many. Geronimo. I love Geronimo as well. Lovely. Yeah, I love you guys. You all are so enthusiastic early in the morning on a Saturday morning. Great. So, third thing is that a short story can usually be read in one sitting. Okay. So, you're going to write a story which can be just read in one happy, amazing sitting. Okay. Very important. This is very important for all of you to note. Okay. What we are looking for in the winning story is it should have a single plot, single setting, and limited characters. Okay. So we are not looking at too many things going on, like, okay, in Harry Potter, right? How many of you have seen Harry Potter? Just raise your hands. How many of you have seen the movie, read the book? I can see 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, lovely. So when you read the book, okay, there are so many plots going on in Harry Potter at the same time. For example, there's some little happiness going on between Ron and Hermione. There's something happening with Harry. There's something happening with someone, with, Hagrid. But what we are looking for, that's a book and that has multiple plots crisscrossing. We are looking for one plot, one story. Okay. Can anyone give me an example? Can anyone give me an example of a story which has one plot? You can type it in chat. One book. Win one book. The Faraway Tree. Udita, you're absolutely right. And Bala, so are you. Absolutely, Udita. So the Faraway Tree, it has one plot which just goes through the whole story, right? And that's what we are looking for. Limited characters. Do you know how many characters a short story should usually have? Any guesses? Admin, you can stop sharing the screen. Let me see the kids. How many stories, how many characters should a short story have? Pranav, Mary, anyone? Jia, how many? Guess. 5, Ratria? No. A short story with a single plot. How many characters ideally should it have? Should I give it away? Should have 3. That's it. Just 3 good, well-developed characters will make all the difference to a good short story. Will you all keep that in mind when you're writing your winning story? Just 3. But these 3 characters should be so interesting, so exciting, that you just fall in love with them and you don't feel like, you're not getting enough of them. So that's the way you write a short story. Now, the competition will have 400 to 600 words only. Okay. If you write lesser than 300, that's called a flash fiction, which is not what we want. We want 400 to 600, which makes it a nice short story. Got that? So 3 main characters, Mehak, absolutely. Thank you for summing it up. And we need 1 plot. Now, just to show you what we're looking at, I'm going to show you all something very interesting, okay? It's a short story with no words at all, okay? I just want you to watch this 1-minute story, and then maybe a couple of you will talk to me and tell me what you learned from this. Yes, admin, can we please have the story? Let's watch this from the beginning up.
Hey, you there, pick up the pace. You're falling behind. Stop it,
liked it. It's cute, awesome. Yes, yes, yes. So can we unmute Ratriya, who's coming in the name of Yoga Mahalingam? Unmute her and just add her as a, let's spotlight her. Yes, Ratriya from San Francisco. Tell us what you learned. And did it have the elements of a short story? Tell us fast.
So first, I learned that it said that it's smarter to travel in groups. So it's good to have teamwork if there are a lot of people. And I think it does have the elements of a short story because it wasn't too long, but it wasn't too short either. And it had one plot.
It had one plot. And did you see all of them had less than 3 characters, right? If you look at each one, the crab and the eagle, it just had less than 3 characters. So this is what we're kind of looking for. Thank you, Ratriya. Thank you so much for that. So this is the kind of stories we're looking for. Now, have you all understood this? Can I have a show of hands from all of you? So you know what we're looking for. And none of you end up writing a big novel or too short a story which doesn't fit into what we're looking for. We're good? Great, great, great. Loving to be with you guys. And we're going to play a lot of games also. So just hang on. Let's learn some key things and then we're going to have a lot of fun together. Okay. So what is the next part about this competition? Admin, can we have the next slide, please? And can we please spotlight Arohi with me? So Arohi is someone who used to not really know that she used to love writing so much. Arohi, you want to tell them a little bit of your story and how you started writing stories and what it's done for you?
Yes, I'm back. Right. So why should we all write short stories? Firstly, let me tell you, it's brilliant practice. It is something that you and I can do every single day. You see an interesting person, you can write about them. You eavesdrop upon an interesting conversation in your house, in your school, you can write about it. Somebody says the word magic and you say, okay, let me write a story on magic today. So every single day you could be coming up with new stories and that it'll just help your creativity explode. The more you write, the more practice you get, the more chances of you writing better and better stories. And because it is so short and sweet, it's something you'll finish in no time at all. Also, what happens with short stories is there was a blog writing competition that I had recently entered and won. I had interviewed people and landed up with stories with almost 3,000 words each. But my blog said I had to write it down in only 700 words. Trust me, it was one of the most challenging types of writing that I have ever done. It forces you to improve your vocabulary. Like that slide said, that it teaches you something called brevity. Okay, let me explain to you. If I were to say that short story writing teaches you to become clear, precise, express yourself well and concise. Imagine if I said the same thing in a short way, saying that story writing teaches you brevity. You see the difference? You saw how you learned a new word. You learned a fabulous new word which you could use instead of an entire sentence. That is what short stories teach you. It really teaches you to become excellent at your writing, at your vocabulary, at your grammar, and at editing. So I think that is something all of us need to do every day. The greatest writers, all the authors and stories that you'll mention, they've all started their journey with short stories.
Absolutely. And that
is why it is so important.
And that is so true for me, Arohi. Guys, y'all want to know how I began? So today we talk about 5 books, film scripts. Do you know how I began the whole writing journey? Any guesses? Any guesses? How did I begin this whole journey? Today, so many books, all this. Ananya, where did I begin from? Any guesses? I used to sit on my terrace, okay, which faced Sanjana's written boredom. So cute. So I got so bored that I started writing. That's a very cute answer. I do read a lot of books, Mehreen, and I'm going to tell you more when we have the Q&A questions where you can ask all of us questions. But can you imagine how I started writing? By writing daily a story, says Jedon. I used to sit on my terrace and I used to keep looking at the sea, okay? And I would see the birds, I would see the sky, I would see everything. Suddenly I thought to myself that all these are thoughts in my head. Why don't I just put it down as short stories? It just began with single short stories, small, one page, which you all write in school. And from where that has grown, my last book, The Breakthrough, can you guess how many words it had? How many pages was it? My last book, The Breakthrough, which is very popular read for all youngsters. Just guess how many pages that had. 300, 500, you're right, you've just got it. So it's, imagine from one page, short story writer, you can actually grow into someone who writes 500 pages. You just have to take that first step. Are you all ready to take that first step with me? Are you all ready? Yes, excited? Wonderful. Okay, can we have the next slide, please? So, okay, before this, I want to, okay, guys, enough of talking. It's time to move a little. Before this, can we have the video admin? What we're going to do now, I want all of you, see, this is called, just one sec, I want to just be spotlighted and then you play this. Yeah. So, can all of you show me this? I think people who've met me before already know what this is. Samaira, do you know what it is? No? So it's called the rock star mudra. Okay? It's like you're a rock star. Okay? What I'm going to do is, all of you, can I see Rohan, Chirag, Arohi, Jarna, everyone? Arohi is dancing also. Great. If I don't see you dancing, I'm not going to consider your story. Okay? Okay, I'm only kidding. But what we're going to do is, I'm going to play a super awesome rap song for you. Okay? And you're just going to bang your head like a rock star and have fun with me while we listen to this awesome rap song. Okay? And let me see who's the enthusiastic kid. Abhijit, Saifon, I love you. You're rocking your hair so nicely. Lovely. Okay, let's go for it, admin.
If you wanna stay relevant, gotta stick to the elements. If you wanna get the story, then repeat these words for me. Exposition, rising action, then you got the climax. Falling action, resolution, go ahead and try that. Exposition, rising action, then you got the climax. Falling action, resolution, go ahead and try that. First comes the exposition, also called setting. No setup for the story, then we don't know where it's heading. Got to make clear where the story takes place. Introduce characters, just give you a taste. Introduce time and place, try to set the mood. For example, give your character a little attitude. Get to know a bit about the location before you get into the drama situation. Next is rising action, conflict is coming. Story started stable, now it's off and running. Rising action is the drama, getting hot. It thickens up the story, it thickens up the plot. The plot is the events that make up a story. With no rising action, you know it's gonna bore me. The more conflict, the more intensity. I hear the hook calling my name. What's that you sent for me? If you wanna stay relevant, gotta stick to the elements. If you wanna get the story, then repeat these words for me. Exposition, rising action, then you got the climax. Falling action, resolution, go ahead and try that. Exposition, rising action, then you got the climax. Falling action, resolution, go ahead and try that. Here comes the climax, the most exciting part. It was leading to this moment from the very start. All the drama, pressure, and back and forth fighting. It's coming to a point, yes, it's so nail-biting. The climax is the turning point. like an explosion, like when the glass beaker can no longer hold the potion. Like a final battle, it shakes with suspense. The climax, the energy is all so intense. Exhale, it's time for falling action.
Thank
For
you.
so long, the story was given.
Thank you so much, admin. Okay, now we're gonna have a little fun. Who enjoyed that? Was that fun? That was a nice rap, wasn't it? Okay, we're gonna have fun. Any one of you who's read Harry Potter, raise your hand, please. See, all raise your hands for everything. So I don't know what you're actually raising your hand for. Okay, Samaira. Can you please spotlight Samaira with me? Yes. Hi, Samaira. How are you?
What?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Which school are you from?
Jamnabai Narsee school.
Lovely, lovely. So, Samaira, I'm going to ask you. We learned that to write a good story, you need exposition, which is nothing but the setting. Tell me the setting of Harry Potter.
It is like Hogwarts. Like it's based on the book. Which one it is, because it's a series. So for the first one, it's
we'll just stick to the first.
It's Hogwarts. It's Hogwarts.
Lovely. So the setting is Hogwarts, right? So all of you, before you write your winning stories, you're actually going to write exposition or setting, and you're going to decide what your setting is. Second, character. Who are the main characters, Samaira, of Harry Potter?
Harry, and then his two friends, Ron and Hermione.
Lovely. And who is the most? If that character was not there, there would be no Harry Potter.
Dumbledore.
One more. Think of it.
Hagrid.
No. Guys, come on. I want to type in chat. Who's the villain? Without a villain.
Oh, Voldemort.
Voldemort. Veera Joshi. Perfect. And great. So we know our setting, right? We know our characters. Then we say that we need a climax and a build-up. Can you tell me, in the first book, what was the climax?
In the first book, the climax was when Professor Quirrell and Harry, they come face to face, and Harry has the stone.
Absolutely. And when we get to know that Professor Quirrell is actually Voldemort. Right?
Yeah.
That's the climax. And the rising action leading to it is when they're looking for the stone and all of that. And what's the conclusion, or what's the biggest learning that you had from the first book of Harry?
It was that, like, don't stop looking when you're so close. Just like don't leave it at a certain point.
Lovely, Samaira. I love talking to you. Thank you so much. You Chakrabuj kids are very super smart. Lovely, lovely. Guys, did you get that? Can we have the next slide, please? This is what I'm looking for in my winning story. First, exposition. Guys, you all can make a note of this. It's going to help you a lot. So, exposition. Where is your story set? Characters. Who are those three characters that are going to be a part of your story? The second is a conflict. What is the conflict that needs to be resolved? So, like we spoke about Harry Potter, in the first book, can you all type in chat what is the conflict that Harry Potter is solving in the first book? Come on, tell me fast. Let's see who writes it first. What's the conflict? Harry fighting with Voldemort with Sorcerer's Stone. Jadon, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So Marine says Harry wanted to save the school and the stone. Lovely. Okay, rising action is the build-up, right? So can you all tell me what is a little bit of the build-up that happens in the first Harry Potter story? What's the build-up? Ananya, Sorcerer's Stone. Lovely. What else? What happens? What's the build-up? What's the build-up? So Ratra, you say Harry fighting Voldemort. See, that is your climax, because, but the build-up is the task they grow through. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So Harshita says that he finds out they're a wizard, etc., etc. So you get it, right? You have a conflict, you have a rising action. Climax is that highest point of conflict, okay, where, like she said so beautifully, when he removes that turban and they see that, oh my God, Mr. Quirrell is the guy who's been behind all this. He is Voldemort. And the final thing is that you need to have a nice small conclusion to tell me what is it that the story is all about. Have we got this? Okay, so let's together practice this and have fun. Okay, although you all are on mute, let's do it together. Advita, you're ready? Okay, first, exposition, right? Exposition, right? Second, what's second? Conflict. You need a conflict, right? Third, what's the third thing? Rising action, Jia? Rising action. Okay, what's the fourth? What's the fourth? Climax. And fifth? Fifth? Conclusion. Who's going to, Ananya, why don't you nicely sum it up for us with me? Can you please spotlight Ananya with me? Yes. Ananya,
Yes,
the
sir.
5 elements of the winning. Come on, quickly tell me.
What?
What are the 5 things that the winning story must have? What we just learned.
So first we need to figure out the opening, like where the characters in the setting are. Then we have to go into the rising action, like when the plot starts to thicken and when the action starts coming in. Then we have the climax, when the action is at its highest point, where we have to figure out what to do, and that it's at it's that when things really start getting heated up. And then falling action is when when the action is starting to go down and like they are able to figure out a resolution. And then the 5th one is when they have figured it out and it's the ending.
Awesome. So one thing you missed is just, you did it very well. Just one thing was the conflict. So exposition, okay, setting and characters, conflict, what is it that is actually going to happen, right? The third is very important, which is your rising action. Fourth is your climax, when everything thickens. And fifth, we've made falling action and resolution into the same, because we feel in most stories they're kind of similar. Okay. Now I want to make sure all of you have got this 5. Can you quickly type it in chat for me, so that we know that you've got it, and it's drilled inside your head? Quickly, come on. 10 seconds to type this out, please. Exposition, conflict, rising action, climax, resolution or conclusion. Come on, come on, come on. Type it, type it, type it, type it, type it, so that we don't forget. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Great. Super. Once you write it, you're not going to forget it. Okay, admin, can we have the next slide, please? Now that you know all of these are things that most schools teach. We all know that we're supposed to have these 5 elements. But what's going to make, in all those so many stories, what's it that I'm looking for that's going to make yours stand out? Okay. So there are several things that we've added here. I'm going to actually make this as a game for you all. Okay. The first is a hook. When your first sentence begins in a boring way, no one wants to read it. No one wants to read it at all. So can I have somebody join me? Maybe a boy. We've not given any boy a chance. Can you all raise your hands? Who wants to come and develop a story with me right now? Fast, 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 fast. Anyone? So many of you. But I need your videos on, guys. Okay, let's have Advita. Yes, Advita, which school are you from? Are you able to unmute? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'm from Cathedral Nursing School.
You're also from Chhatrapur. Okay, Advita, tell us, what is that? Give me a beginning of a story which is very interesting. And it's got a hook that immediately makes me want to read more. Right now, let's give a clue to all the children.
It was a dark, stormy night. It was pouring cats and dogs.
Okay.
And school was cancelled for the day.
Okay. And that's something which literally makes all the children feel like we have to read this story. My God, just one more sentence.
And there was a loud thunderstorm in the middle of the night.
Okay. Lovely. Good start, Advait. Lovely, lovely. Good going. Can we have someone from a different school? Udita, which school are you from? You just say it, I'll hear it. Don't worry. You just mouth it out. Chhatrabhuj only? Okay. I want a new school. Anyone from Cathedral? Anyone from NSN? Anyone from Jamnabai? Marine, which school are you from? NSN? Okay, a different school. I want a different school, something new. Harshita. Okay, let's have Harshita, please. Yes, Harshita. Harshita, tell
Hi,
me, hello, which school are you from?
I'm from Anderson Memorial.
Lovely. Harshita, tell us one amazing, exciting start, which would leave all the children feeling like, oh, we want to read the story.
So it was in the middle of the night.
Again,
Suddenly there was
no more middle of the night. Now give me a new story.
There was a loud siren sound, like it was alarming, like something you would hear an ambulance and feel like, oh my God, what is happening?
Lovely.
And it was.
Stop. Imagine just starting your story. Harshita, brilliant. The sound of the ambulance went off. That's it. You begin with that. That definitely grabs people. Now we're going to have a little fun. Can we please have Chirag spotlighted with me? Chirag Shah, Akshhar Publications. Please. Is he there?
Yes.
Yes. Why should children have all the fun, Chirag? Now, all the time you're telling so many children to write stories. Now you're going to tell me one amazing beginning, which will make all the children feel you're the best storyteller in the world. Come on.
Megha, one day, my mother is the best storyteller, you know. So she has written one small one. One day, there was nothing, but only a very silent, very peaceful river flowing around. And there was one beautiful girl sitting there beside a small house, had a pen and paper in her hand. She was trying to, you know, sketch out something there. But yeah, that was the story starting.
Okay, cool, nice one. At least it's relaxing. And Chirag, looks like you're in need of a good holiday. That's why you're coming up with stories like that. Beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Chirag. So guys, this is, can we have the slide back? The most important thing, the slide back, admin. The most important thing is a good hook. Unless you're able to hook your reader, literally visualize it like a hook. It should be like this. It should make your reader feel, I can never miss this story. Otherwise, no point. Okay. Second is it has to be fast paced. Like we talked about that if you go on and on, no one's going to read it. It should be in one read. It should be interesting. It should have everything. Now, this is one of my favorites. Okay. Appeal to all the five senses. Can I please, yeah, you can close this. Can I please have Jia spotlighted with me? Yes. Jia, I want to ask you a question. Which school are you from?
Billabong.
You're from Billabong. Lovely. That's a new school. So Jia, tell us, what did you have for breakfast today?
Vada pav.
Okay, great. That's one way of saying it. I had vada pav. Now you're going to tell me that you had vada pav, making sure that all the 5 senses are involved. So first tell me, how does the vada pav look?
It looks scrumptious.
It looks scrumptious and it was brown with that white bread on top, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now tell me, how did it smell?
It smelled like heaven.
It smelled lovely, lovely. Now tell me, how did it feel when you held it in your hand?
It felt like it was melting in my mouth.
This is melting in her mouth. Yum. And how did it taste?
It tasted amazing.
Tasted amazing. Lovely. So can you see and smell. Okay, so how did you feel when you were crunching and biting into it?
That I can keep having more of this because it's really yummy.
Lovely, lovely. Guys, could you see, Jia, when you said I had vada pav, none of us were excited to have vada pav. But the moment you used sight, sound, smell, taste, everything, you use the 5 senses, all of us now want to have our next vada pav, right? So this is what I want all of you to do in your stories. Please use all the 5 senses, okay? Yes, admin, the next one. So dialogues bring a story to life. Arohi, do you want to join me and have a small dialogue together? Let's come. Me and Arohi will actually show you how you use dialogues in your storytelling. Okay, so let's do. Hi Arohi, how are you doing today?
I'm having a wonderful day. We woke up early today morning and it's been so restful and so lovely.
Yeah, and are you excited to be with all these children today?
I'm extremely excited because we're learning such interesting things and we're all learning how to write wonderful stories.
Could you see, guys, instead of saying it was a wonderful day and this, that, the moment you show 2 characters having a dialogue, it becomes that much more exciting. Okay, so can we please make sure that all our things have a lot of dialogues? Yes, admin, can we have the next slide? The same slide. Yes. So, you know, Arohi mentioned to you all that she wrote a very big story. Then she had to bring it down to just a few words. And what did she do for that? Edit, 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 edit. Okay, can all of you just, let's have fun together. Yes, can I see all your videos on? How do we edit? Show me. It's literally like a scissor. Diana, show me how you edit. Diana Sheikh, come on, show me how you edit. This is how you edit. Whenever we write, a lot of us tend to go on and on and on, right? Ratriya, does it happen to you? You begin and you just go all over the place. But then when you reread, you realize you have to, what do you have to do? Chop, 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 edit, edit, edit to Ashwath, very good. He's saying, edit, edit, edit till it becomes a masterpiece. Edit, edit, edit till it becomes a masterpiece. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. And then the final thing is your beautiful story is ready. Yeah, so this is what I'm expecting from y'all. Are y'all feeling a lot more ready to write that perfect story for me? Do you feel you're going to be the next author here? Who wants to be a co-author with me at some point? What if we could write a book together? Yes, yes, so many of you. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so it's that time of the thing where I will answer any questions that you'll have. We don't have much time, so we'll just pick up 3 best questions. Whoever has a question, raise your hand. Okay, can we have Mehak Sharma, please?
Okay, yes, ma'am. So my question is that where and how will we upload our story, and will we be typing it or handwriting it?
So you can do both. Either you can type it on Word document. So when you've registered on the Akshhar site, you get a unique email ID. Through that mail ID and login, you can click on submit a story and you can submit it. You have two ways of doing it, either through a Word document or you write it out, take a good pic with a good phone and upload that written thing. But to be very honest, I'll be very grateful if most of you do it in the Word document format. You know why? Because not all of you have very beautiful handwritings. So when you write things, I'll be struggling, me and my team will be struggling to read what you're saying. Try Word document. If not possible, write it, take a pic and send it to us. Okay, that's good, Meg. Cool. Who's got the next question? Can we have Ratriya Yoga? Yes, Ratriya, what's your question?
Yeah, so for the story, is there a specific theme or we can like have any theme for the story?
I purposely wanted you all to go wild with your imagination. So that's why I've not come up with a theme and I've not even come up with a genre. So you want to make it a thriller, make it a thriller. You want to make it a horror, make it a horror. Romance, comedy, your choice. Theme is your choice. The only thing we're keeping it under is Once Upon a Time. But your story need not start with Once Upon a Time. It's just to get you started. So literally no limitations as to what you're going to write about. Only limitation is 400 to 600 words. Not lesser, not more. Good? Okay. Can we have Ashwat, please? We've not heard a boy at all. Aswat. Yes, Aswat.
Good morning.
Hello. Which school are you from?
I'm from NSM Memorial.
Yes, Aswat. What's your question?
My question is, you have said that edit it and make it a masterpiece. I have a doubt. How many edits you have made for your story?
How many edits have I made for my story? Oh my God. It takes a lot to bring it to a masterpiece, Aswat. So I would say breakthrough, I would have gone through 5 edits. And imagine when we write a short story, it's just 1 page, 500 pages going through 3 edits. Can you imagine what kind of effort that took? But yeah, I loved it and I'm glad for what it's turned out to be. So I would highly recommend all of you when you write your story, first, just write it. At that time, don't think of editing it. Otherwise, it will block your flow. After that, come to editing. Give it at least 2 edits. Edit it, see if you like it. Leave it away for 1 or 2 days. Again, read it, edit it, and then send us the final part. Is that good? 2 edits towards a masterpiece. Okay, can we have one more last question? Somebody who's not spoken to me. Let's have Arsh show. Yes, Arsh. Arsh, A-A-R-S-H. Okay, you can keep Ritik also. We'll have Arsh also. Ritik, you can ask your question first.
How many books have turned into a masterpiece? And do you read more or write more?
Wow, Ritik. Which school are you from?
NSN.
You're from NSN. Okay, so first, how many books turn into masterpieces?
Yeah.
I would love to believe all of mine are masterpieces. And though that's not a very modest thing to say, see, no writer believes that they've written anything less than a masterpiece, right? You want to believe, and when it truly becomes a masterpiece, when enough people outside start relating to the story and telling you, hey, this is exactly the way, I loved it and I read it and I cried, I read it and I laughed, and how did you do it? So then I began to feel, okay, maybe it's a masterpiece. So hopefully everything that all of us write will turn into masterpieces if we pay attention to all the things we taught you. Do you read more or write more, Ritik, is a beautiful question. I really believe to be a good writer, you have to first be a good reader. When you read more, you automatically write very well. Okay. So I would urge all of you writers, so many of you here, so many of the people, watching it on YouTube, read more to write better. It makes all the difference. Thank you, Ritik. Beautiful. Yes, Ash, which school?
CNS, ma'am.
Okay, tell me.
Ma'am, does a story have to be friction or non-friction?
So that also I've left to you, Ash. If you want to write a fiction, your imagination goes wild, do that. If you want to do a non-fiction, something from your life, what you've seen, you want to do an interview with someone and write about them, please go ahead and do that. Totally your choice.
Okay, thank you.
Is Avni here? Is there someone called Avni Saxena over here? If she is here, can she please be spotlighted? Avni? So how many of you have watched Disney Channel? Disney Hotstar? You all watch it? Yeah? So I have a friend who is actually going to also, she was very excited about this session. I don't know if she's joined or maybe she's on YouTube. She actually does a lot of shows there. And she was so excited to meet all of you. And she just wanted to tell you all, not only can you all be authors, you all can actually write shows for Disney and Hotstar if you become really good authors. Okay, so guys, I'm leaving you with a bigger dream. Book, of course. If you all are really good, maybe we'll pick you and make you write with us for a show on Hotstar. How would that be? Imagine going and telling your friends, guys, you watch that show? I helped Megha ma'am doing that. You'll feel amazing, won't you? So let's see what comes about. Okay, I think we're done with questions. Okay, Abhijit's iPhone, since you were rocking so nicely, let's have your last question and then we'll conclude. Yes, what's your question?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, my question is that for writing the story, if you're gonna write a fiction story, can it be inspired by another book?
See, I'm really looking for original. What's your name and which school?
My name is Arsha Kumar, and I'm from CNS.
Okay, so Arsha Kumar, Arsha, I'm really looking for original stories because see, a lot of stories which are inspired, you can, as you start reading, you'll know it's a copy, right? Suppose you write a story about some magical girl. Somewhere in my mind, I'll be like, this looks a lot like Harry Potter, right? So try to be original. In fact, we're going to be rating you on how original you are. So please try to be really original. Yeah? Great. Okay, can I have Vishnu Priya please conclude? All of you, now we're just going to tell you that.
Oh my God, I'm super duper excited to write my story. I'm sure each one of you are as I am. It's an amazing opportunity as once upon a time where Megha Bajaj ma'am, Akshhar Publications and Rotary Club of Mumbai has come together to showcase our talent. Do register with Akshhar Publications registration link and submit your story right now with all the tips and techniques shared by Megha Bajaj ma'am and Arohi team from WOW team. Thank you all. Wishing you all the best and looking forward for your fabulous stories. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Vishnu Priya. Can we just have the last 2 slides? Yeah, so like Vishnu Priya so beautifully said, all the best. Get as many more people to, read your stories, write stories with you. Let's make this into a huge movement and have a lot of fun. And Arohi, if you would just want to conclude and tell our kids something.
So I hope you'll thoroughly enjoyed the session today and have learned tons about how exactly it is that you need to get started on your story. And see, your submission date is the 15th of August. So start working on your ideas now. You might end up having more than one idea to write stories. You might want to write more than one story also. Do email us in case you'll want to have multiple entries. But whatever it is, start now. Before the 15th of August, we want all your lovely entries to come in. And looking forward to reading some fabulous stories from you all. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a lovely day and goodbye from all of us.
Thank you, everyone. Submit your stories. Looking forward. Okay, since we have the last few minutes and they're all so keen, Ananya, quickly ask your question. Yes, Ananya. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I was just wondering, like, where do we have to submit our work? Because I'm not sure where we have to submit it.
So you just go to the Akshhar Publications website, okay, which your
Okay.
mother registered you on, and there's a submit a story link. You have to submit it there.
Okay, Akshhar Publications.
And if any issues, you just drop us a call or a mail, and we'll be able to help.
Okay, ma'am. Thank
Good. Any new question, a different question? Otherwise, we're concluding it. Okay, Udita, we'll quickly hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my question was, how long does it take you to write an actual book? And when you think it's like, how long is it before you think it's finally ready?
Wow, that's a beautiful question. And I'm going to take this as my last question and then we'll call it a day. So, Udita, it's tough, because you put that last full stop and you think that you're finally done. But when you read again and you realize, oh, so many things need corrections. This can be done better. That can be done better. So for me, for Breakthrough book, it actually took me 2 years to get that 500 pages out. Okay. And to be so happy and satisfied with what I saw in my hands. In fact, so many schools have Breakthrough as a part of its curriculum. And if you're someone who loves reading, just type Breakthrough Megha Bajaj on Amazon, pick it up and see how the whole thing is shaped. You tell me if it's turned out the way, I intended it to turn out. So that's one. And second, how do you feel or how, so it really depends on, once you write it, I really feel you should not see it for one day, then read it again, edit it. Again, don't see it for one day, edit it, and then finally send it to us. When you do this process, I think by the third time you'll feel, wow, I think my story is ready. So the way you feel is when you read it, you should feel, wow, this is nice. This is good. You feel like giving yourself a small pat. That's when you know your story is ready. Yeah. Okay, best of luck to all the young authors from all of us. Akshhar, Rotary, Megha Bajaj, Wow team, Arohi. Very big thanks to Jarna for being a great sport and helping us. Thank you, Vishnupriya. Thank you, Raju. If you all are seeing a lot of comments on YouTube, that's all because of Raju. So thank you, guys. And one, I love giving surprises. Okay, I love giving surprises. So we already have all the awards, everything has been told to you. But if you are extraordinary and you really write well, Megha Bajaj is going to have a personal surprise for 11 of those kids. And what will the prize be? I'll not tell you. All I'm going to tell you is go all out and write a phenomenal story. And trust me, make it a community. Don't think, oh, I'll only send my story. Get your friends, cousins, sit together, write your stories, discuss it out, have fun with it. And I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. Once upon a time is how we began. How do we end it? How's the session going to end? And they lived happily ever after. That's too boring. All of you are going to do one fun thing right now. Write one ending sentence of a story. Just one ending sentence. And then we are going to exit. No more and they lived happily ever after. Huh? That is all Cinderella and all long gone. Go, 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 go. Come on. Let me read some interesting ones. Let me see who are the top authors here. And they rode into the moon. Beautiful. This session was super fun and interesting. Thank you so much. Ishita Acharya says, and that's how the problems ended. Lovely, cute. Udita says, never to be seen again. I like this. Ashvika says, we'll continue in part 2. There will be more to come. Dakshatri says, ate the delicious soup. And a lot of you, Jia says, and we left without doubt or suspicion. Lovely. Hey, I like Ashwath's ending. It's not the end, it is the beginning. With that beautiful sentence from Ashwath, let's end this day. It's not the ending, it's a beginning. See you guys. Have fun. Stay rock stars and write the most amazing story. Okay. Ratri, go to sleep. Good night.